Yeah, man, this is some good shit right here. Uh, just think of the Black Panther movie and shit, and then you know, it's all there.
Yeah, I call this right here the forbidden tree or controlled dangerous substance. This is the second version. They cut me off because I was kicking the purity of this motherfucker. I was kicking love on that motherfucker. And they had to take me back to slavery days when they slayed us. So, they hide when we slayed them, though. So let me get on this motherfucker. This is a question I ask myself. Why are people so blind? Is it that it's human nature to accept ruling? Or is it the way that we were bought and ruled in America? The resemblance of Christ. This being a fact that our art was stole, meaning the way of our fathers, meaning the African in America, uh, it being evidence that the only inheritance the African in America was allowed to receive out of the Bible was slavery, and still is. Any African in America that practices Christianity is worshiping slave culture. It is a religion forced upon us fresh off the slave ship by slave traders and overseers and slave owners. It was installed in us through rape, brutal beatings, and betrayal. What our fathers and mothers inherited through the Bible was nothing more than being farm animals and basically machines, the kind that plowed the field. We inherited the right to be one-fourth human. The only time a African in America was even treated different was when the slave master, overseer, or lord wanted to have sex with our women. Then she became a sex device. Can you imagine as a mother or even a father having to hold down your daughter while the slave master had sex with her at 10? I'm not saying that the Bible is not a covenant. I'm just saying Africans, as a African in America, it should not be yours. If you were a African, look at the definition of the word black. What the good old Lord named us. Black, wicked, evil, angry, growling, Negro, dark. These are the same words the Bible speak of being evil or devilish, going back to the beginning when Adam and Eve was told not to eat from the tree. Were they slaves? Were they being ruled from the beginning of creation? This has been a stain on the Creator. Drugs, magic, another way to rule. It is the emulation to now and still is a way to rule and enslave Africans in America. Chronic or weed, cocaine, X pills. This being the resemblance of the forbidden tree. The capitals being resemblance of Africa in the 1600s due to the forbidden tree or of controlled dangerous substance. So they can have an excuse to continue to enslave Africans in America, not only for population control, but for riches. See, the game is to keep all. See, the game is to keep all the game in certain areas for the hunt, defining God, you dig? Then using a excuse like the unseen narrator of the Bible to hunt them. See the resemblance, not to include how the teachings of the Bible made every European superior to Africans in America. They were the emulation of kings and queens in every household by using the free hand in America. The African who was basically treated like their dog or wild beast, yourself this and look back at the truth. Is wow, nice pit bull? Is that your dog? Slave owners, overseers, or lords? Wow, that's a giant nigger you have there. Is that your nigger? That's Bible culture. The only way to defeat a problem is to realize the problem. But the slave culture got ignorant ass people worshiping pain, stuck on the slave ship, chained down to the floor, worshiping racism. Women running around shouting like they was when the slave catchers was trying to rape them. Hell, it don't take a rocket scientist to see that spirit. Hell, the main subject is a dark-skinned man being enslaved by Europeans, the Romans, who still have the highest dominion over his spirit, talking about the Roman Catholic churches. But me as an African in America, if that's my soul's birthplace, although I will never know, I know this: the most violent man has the rule, so let their admittance be their submittance. Obama, eat. And Allah, walk bar. I call this one the rotation of life. That last one, it just kind of pissed me off a little bit, you know what I mean? The rotation of life. The purest rotation in life is casualty and conflict. This works in several forms. We will start with the sun and the moon, the biggest casualty of the universe. This being day and night, which is the rotation of the earth. They separate to avoid a conflict due to a meeting of the two being world destruction. But the most common conflict that is known to mankind is slavery. Now and then, the problem being as criminals that are enslaved or in prison, they accept casualty in any conflict with the police or slave catchers. This being the rotation of the earth. See, they feel like a criminal is a waste of space in the free world. It's like when you take a shit, that shit being a waste to you, a waste to your body, which is also an example of the rotation of life. It's like, have you ever seen a fish eat shit fresh from a rhino's ass? Let's use slavery and prison as an example. They're one and the same, but the name has been changed to protect the conflict of civil war. Then look at the decoy. They're trash, which is another example of waste. The casualty they are willing to accept as an African in America, just being born in America, we're the casualty of war. Just you accepting that you're black is saying you're a waste beneath pure, a danger to society by definition. Black being wicked, evil, angry, scowling, and saying you're a African American is saying you like it. So see the rotation from the start of the culture of America was the European and the female beast named nigger.
As we go through this shit, I see a lot of it's a lot of bitch ass niggas that I don't fuck with. You know what I mean? It's a lot of niggas I don't fuck with trying to act like we cool and shit. And that's like Crips and shit saying like, well, shit, we don't like these niggas over here, but whoop de woo 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 woo. Nigga, I ain't tripping on that shit, man. Like I said, it's a lot of niggas that I don't fuck with that's trying to be in the rule over something, and they using this phony ass fucking nigga cricket, and